Okay, confession. This hair that you see right here, it is 4 weeks old. Now, I usually wash my hair every 2 weeks. I have a routine and I do it every Friday after I get off from work. I wash my hair, I let it dry overnight, and then around Saturday morning, I twist it up, which usually lasts me about a week and a half before I take it down and wear it in the twist out that you see today for a couple of days before I do my process all over again. And thinking about this process, it made me think about black hair and how black hair has been the topic of so many books over the course of time. I have many of them in my collection. I wanted to look at which one was the oldest book that I have in my collection, and I found that it is Cornrows by Camille Yarborough, illustrated by Carol Bayard. This is a book that I found at Half Price Books. When I saw the illustration, I knew I had to have it. Have you read this one? It is fantastic. In this family, the young kids sit down and they're about to get their hair done, which I'm sure many of you all can relate to. My mom did my hair in between her legs, sitting down every week for school. Sometimes she would refresh the style with a water bottle and a hard brush on the edges. Other times she would start from scratch. Either way it goes, she did it with love, and she did it through a process that she learned from many generations. This book discusses family, but it also discusses heritage. It lets you know about how braids came to be, how you could tell what tribe a person was from by the number of braids on their head, how you could tell queens and royalty because of their hairstyle, and because hair is rooted in our history, it goes into so much more than just hair. Okay, it's time to get serious here. Let me take this off. Today is going to be my wash day. I'm currently snowed into my house and I'm using this as the opportunity to do an end of week wash day. Like I said before, this is 4 weeks old. Let me give you a little view of the back side. This is what my hair looks like. As you can see, I didn't pick out my twists very much when I took them down because I didn't want a more frizzy look. I wanted a defined look. And when I say frizzy, what I mean by that is that my hair has a tendency to frizz up when I separate my twists too much. Since it's been sitting in this style, what I'm going to do is wet it with a spray bottle, and then I'm going to put a deep conditioner in it. Probably should have changed sweaters here, but too late now. Hopefully I don't get anything on this sweater because I do like this one. I'm going to get my hair wet. The reason why I'm getting it wet is so that the product can kind of seep into it before I hop into the shower to rinse it out. I'm going to sit with it like this on my hair while I'm working from home, and then at the end of the day, I'm going to rinse it and wash it and get it all ready to twist up for the 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and keep drenching, and then I'll put the deep conditioner in it. Okay, so I got this deep conditioner at Kroger. Nothing too special. It's something that I use from time to time, and I have to be honest that I have not deep conditioned my hair in a very, very long time. I'm just doing this step because it's been so long since I actually put water on my head, and so I want to make sure that I try to give it a little bit of a rebound time while we talk about books about hair. Okay, so I used 2 packs of the deep conditioner on my hair. I'm just trying to make sure it's rubbed in from the ends. As you can see, I'm already experiencing a little bit of shedding, but that's to be expected because I have not washed my hair in weeks. So let's just see a little length check. Let's see where we are. I don't know if y'all can see that, but we're down here. Whatevs. Okay, already getting some shedding. Let's go ahead and put something on top of it. Now, don't act like you've never done this before, and if you haven't, congratulations. But I'm going to use me a good old Kroger bag for my deep conditioner. I don't have any shower caps right now, the disposable kind. So, why keep an emergency stash of these things if you're not going to recycle them? This is good for the environment, honey. Recycling, reduce, reuse, recycle. And now I'm going to let that seep in. cute until I'm ready to wash it out. All right, I'm coming to you all in all my natural hair glory. I have worked through all of the deep conditioner. I'm just about to rinse it out, but I wanted to talk about the next book that I have in my collection that is about hair, and it is called Wild Wild Hair by Nikki Grimes. Now, this book I can identify with because when my mom used to comb my hair, we all would hit that ouch. Especially if you have a good amount of hair on your head, you know what it feels like when they're trying to get all of this into a ponytail. Well, this young girl is getting her hair done on the day that she's supposed to start school. I think this is a weekly ritual for them, and she cannot stand the process. But as time goes on and she sees the finished product, she's really excited. And I'm getting excited to get this deep conditioner out of my head. Okay, I'm coming to y'all freshly washed. I didn't even set up my tripod, just let my hair dry in a t-shirt. I find that it doesn't have as much of like pulling when I don't use a towel. I don't find a lot of my hair left on the t-shirt, so I like to use this in my process. But I want to add the next book in the hair discussion, which is Hair Love by Matthew Cherry. Now, this book is super sweet and it was made into an animated short. This is a book about family and love and hair, and I really like how it shows how our hair is really part of a family process, really part of our weekly routine, and ways that we sit down and show we care for the people around us. I can think about my mom doing my hair, my aunt, my cousin, my grandmother when she broke out the pressing comb for the first time. And Hair Love is a great title because hair is part of the ways that we show love in our family. So my process for twisting my hair is to divide it into sections. I really don't get like too technical with how I part it because I don't feel like the parts will be seen anyway. I usually throw my hair in a clip or a ponytail once it's twisted up. So what I do is just grab sections, especially at the back. I'm not even gonna lie to you all, especially at the back, I just grab sections, grab some of my gel that I'm using or whatever product, maybe setting lotion, and then I twist it up into small sections. Here I call myself doing mini twists because the last time I did these, they lasted for the 3 weeks that I had them up. And I'm kind of over this process of my hair. I'm thinking about going to be a straight natural or something else. I don't know, maybe locking it. Okay, at this point, I was like 2 rows in. My fingers were absolutely numb from the gel. I don't know if anybody else has this happen to them, but my fingers cannot handle the cold. Anyway, the next book we're talking about is Crowning Glory, and this is a good book to have for this clip because it talks about all the different ways that you can wear your hair. I've been rocking twists for so long. I've been a natural for 10 years and I'm over twists. So in looking at this book, thinking about locks and braids and straight and afros, how can I switch it up? All right, you all. Well, it is a couple days later. Threw the same sweater on just to round it out. And 3 hours later this morning, I'm finally finished twisting up my hair. It will kind of shrink up after it gets the gel all mixed in with my hair and shrink up and look like 2 tablespoons of hair. But I wanted to round out this clip with the book Freedom Braids because this book is a good example about how books about black hair are about more than just hair. It's about our history, our resistance as a people, and our culture. In this story, a young girl learns about different patterns that can be put into braids to show people how to escape to freedom. And I think that this is a good place to end our video about books about black hair because, like I said, this is not just hair. This is our history. This is our heritage. This is our culture. These are things that we've learned over time through our people. And I really enjoy reading these books. And what do you think my next video should be about? What type of black book should we explore in the next video? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.